Chapter 1389. As soon as Nolan's voice fell, his mobile phone suddenly vibrated on the desktop. The call was from Alex. He hurriedly wiped away his tears, pretending to be a normal call, and respectfully said, "Master." Alex pushed out of the orphanage at this time. On the side of the road at the entrance of the orphanage, holding the phone in his hand, he said, "Nolan, thank you for all these years." Nolan hurriedly said, "Master, what are you talking about? Why don't you understand me?" Alex said, "I just came out of Oris Hill Welfare Institute." Nolan smiled and said, "It turns out that you have returned to the orphanage, Master. After all, it is the place where you lived, Master, must be very affectionate." Alex said calmly, "Okay, don't pretend. Mrs. Brown has already told me that you asked Mrs. Brown to rescue me, and you arranged the entire Oris Hill Welfare Institute to protect my safety. I will always remember it." Nolan sighed softly, "Master, do you know everything?" "Well, I know, so I called to thank you." Alex didn't know that there was a little secret in it. But at this moment, he did thank Nolan very much. Nolan said hurriedly, "Master, you are serious. Your father is kind to me. I failed to save your father and mother. In this life, he cannot forgive himself, let alone thank you." Alex said, "I called, besides thank you, there is one more thing, that is, I want to know who my parents were killed in those years. Do you have any clues?" Nolan sighed, "I have been looking for clues for so many years, but I haven't been able to find any clues. Moreover, when the group of dead men killed your parents, they all had soft capsules made of potassium cyanide in their mouths. This kind of cyanide has been a highly toxic substance specially used by agents since the First World War. 0.1 gram can kill people, and there is no cure. Back then, I saw them die in front of me, but there was nothing I could do. I wanted to check their fingerprints, but I found that their 10 fingers had been artificially erased, and there was no clue from them. Let alone find out the identity, even the nationality cannot be judged." Alex asked, "Then do you have any suspects?" Nolan said, I think there is a 50% possibility that someone from the Anderson family did it." "Oh," Alex asked coldly, "why do you say that?" Nolan said, "Your father, who was extraordinary and heroic in Eastcliff back then, was the rising star of the entire Anderson family. He led the Anderson family to open up the frontiers and expand the land, slash to the top, and lead the Anderson family to the peak. But because of this, he was hated by others. Later, I had some frictions with top Western families, and then he was framed by others. Later, he had a disagreement with the master and left the Anderson family in a rage. At the beginning, the master thought your father was just impulsive, so he wanted him to take the opportunity to calm down. But he did not think that your father and your mother would die unexpectedly in Oris Hill. Since then, the master has been deeply saddened, and he wanted to find your whereabouts and bring you back to cultivate with him. He even hoped to train you into the next generation because of the guilt of your father."